Hi, my name is Gianna, and I'm 18 years old. I live with my dad and stepmom, but on weekends, I go and stay with my mom. My stepmom always loved me very much and advised the best for me, but at the same time, my mom was also trying to shape my life. Since both my moms were trying to influence me and make decisions for me, I often found myself in a dilemma. Like this one time, Mom wanted me to participate in a school's quiz contest, while my stepmom was preparing me for a mime competition. It became too much for me to focus on both, so eventually I won neither. As I grew up and joined college, both my moms actively started pushing me to choose a career of their choice. Since my mom was a novelist, she once called me up and gave me a long pep talk.
Honey, I'm enrolling you for a creative writing class, and you can't say no to me. I want you to be an even bigger novelist than me. Tell me you're going to make Mama proud.
Even though I had no flair for reading or writing, I nodded to my mom. However, the same evening, my stepmom took me to a ballet studio and registered me for their dance classes.
Sweetheart, ballet is not a dance form. It's like writing poetry with your body. It will teach you grace and perfect your posture.
She convinced me with her words, and I finally agreed to attend those classes. My life became busier than ever. I got so occupied that I barely found time to hang out with my best friend, Cole. He studied in the same class as me, and we were childhood buddies who used to spend almost the entire day together. But since the last few days, I had met him only on the campus. I was exhausted by my schedule, and Cole noticed it and asked,
Hey, why do you look so tired? Also, it's been a while since we did anything fun together. Would you like to go for a movie tonight?
I don't know, Cole. I'm just burnt out by my dance and writing classes.
Just because your moms want you to do something, you can't keep doing it. You should pick a hobby and pursue it happily. Don't listen to others.
They are not others. They are my family, and they know me better than I know myself. I don't even have a clue what fruit I like to eat. If Mom says bananas are good for my gut and stepmom says oranges are great for my skin, I'll end up eating both. I've always been like this. You know me. Cole insisted that it was time for me to change, but I knew no other way of life. Soon, I was about to turn 18, and Dad planned a grand birthday bash for me. At that party, Dad told me that I was a grown-up now, so he was giving me the permission to finally get a boyfriend. I was super excited because I was free to go on dates. But before I could find a guy, an unexpected situation arose at my house. Both my mom and stepmom found two different guys and started arguing over who is the best match for me.
This guy is so intelligent and creative that at the age of 16 only, he wrote a book and it has already become New York's bestseller. Just take his number and call him. No way, my daughter is not going to date some ugly nerd. I've got a perfect guy for her. He's a marvelous dancer. He has thousands of social media followers. Just look at his TikTok profile.
That guy was handsome indeed, but the guy which Mom showed me was not bad either. I couldn't make up my mind between the two of them, and also I didn't want to upset any of my moms, so I ultimately decided to go on dates with both the guys individually. That writer guy took me out on a date to an Italian restaurant and asked me if I liked Italian food. Since I was so used to making people happy, I lied to him with a fake smile on my face. Oh, I love Italian food. In fact, it's my favorite cuisine in the whole world. I made the guy believe that I was enjoying the food, but the truth was, I never liked Italian too much. Actually, I had no favorite food. Similarly, when the second guy took me to a fancy Chinese restaurant and asked me the same question, I lied to him as well. Of course, I love Chinese. This chop suey is so tasty that I'm gonna dream about it for days. Again, I was faking excitement. I just didn't want that guy to feel bad. So I didn't tell him that the food was actually too spicy for me. After I was done with these dates, my moms sat me down and asked who I would choose. Sadly, I had no response because the only thing I realized after meeting these two guys was that I was totally clueless in life. Help me out, Cole. I'm in two minds. I liked both guys and they liked me back, but the thing is, I lied to them. They don't even know the real me. How can I date them?
Don't bother about dating right now. First, figure out the real you. You didn't lie to those guys. You lied to yourself. You're not a puppet that someone else will control your strings. Move away from the shadow of your moms. That's my only advice.
For the first time in my life, Cole's words made sense to me. I was feeling so frustrated with myself that I couldn't sleep the entire night and just binge-watched all these amazing videos on Hear My Story. It's a really entertaining YouTube channel, and its stories are not only fun, but highly inspiring too. You should subscribe to it right now. Next morning, when I woke up, I wanted to change my entire life. I decided to go on this journey of self-exploration where I knew myself in and out. I needed a break, so I called both my moms and announced it to them. I am going on a 1-month holiday. I haven't locked the destination yet, but I got in touch with this travel agency and they're planning a foreign trip for me.
How can you depend on a travel agency, hun? What if they send you to a deserted island? You can't trust anyone. Let me guide you. I think a trip to Europe would be best for you. There, you'll get to see so many cities and cultures that would exhaust the hell out of you, Gianna. You can't rush and explore a whole continent in 1 month. Instead, you should go and experience just one place at a time. What about Bali? It's one of the most beautiful.
Stop it, please. I don't need any suggestion from either of you. I just wanted to inform you both that I'll be away for a month. Let me decide where I want to go. I was again confused, so I went back to Cole. Why is traveling so hard? There's so much to see in this world. Where should I start from?
Maybe we start from the top. Go to Mount Everest. Spread your wings and fly. You, anyway, liked trekking in the school, remember?
Yeah, we also went on this camping trip once. I had so much fun with you. I've got an idea. Why don't we travel together to the Himalayas? I'm already scared to go alone. Please come with me, Cole.
I'm so sorry. That would be impossible. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to visit my grandma and stay with her for a month or so. She is kind of on her deathbed and wants to spend the last few days with me. You please go ahead with your travel plans and don't wait for anyone.
I wasn't prepared at all to take a journey alone, so I came up with a plan. I just needed a getaway for a short term because I was fed up with my moms. Hence, I asked Cole if I could join him on his trip to the countryside. I begged him to take me along to his grandma's and let me stay there for some time until I cleared my mind. Cole resisted for a while, but finally allowed me to come with him. He was supposed to leave the next morning, so he told me to reach the bus station at 6 a.m. sharp. I was very excited for the trip, but I got the shock of my life when Cole didn't turn up on time. I tried to call him, but his phone was switched off. I waited for him till 8 a.m., but even after 2 hours, when I didn't get to see or hear from him, I got extremely worried. I was about to ring his parents, but suddenly I got a panic call from his dad informing me that Cole had been kidnapped. They told me that early in the morning when Cole was leaving the house, a group of masked men came in a black van and took him away. Cole's parents had reported the incident to the police, and they were actively searching for him. I hadn't imagined, even in my wildest dreams, that one day my best friend would mysteriously disappear like this. Weeks passed by, and there was no news of Cole. Police were unable to find him, so I finally accepted the fact that Cole was never coming back. I missed him so much that time had just stopped for me. I was so depressed that one day, both my moms came together to console me.
Cheer up, baby. You've a long life ahead. Cole was a good guy, but you'll make many more friends. Go out and meet new people. Have fun. Distract yourself. What happened to your travel plans?
I just don't feel like doing anything anymore without Cole.
Don't say this, sweetheart. Cole would have wanted to see you happy too. If not for yourself, smile for your friend.
For the first time in my life, my moms were making sense. Surprisingly, both of them were on the same page and telling me the same thing. The aim was to make myself happy, so I recalled Cole's last set of inspiring words to me.
Go to Mount Everest. Spread your wings and fly. You, anyway, liked trekking in the school, remember?
As his voice kept ringing in my ears, I suddenly got the courage to book my flight tickets to Nepal, where the base camp of Mount Everest was. I was anxious as well as thrilled because this was going to be my first solo trip ever. I hadn't even traveled in my own state alone, and now I was going to a foreign country where I didn't know a single soul. I still dared to take this step and figure out not only the world, but myself. It turned out to be much harder than I thought. As soon as I landed in Nepal, I lost my mobile and all my money. I tried to get help through a local police station, but nobody spoke my language over there. I was crying in the street when a local guy came to me and asked me in broken English why I was in tears. I tried to explain to him. I have no money, no mobile. I want to go Mount Everest. He said it was very far and would take days for me to reach there. At that moment, I thought of giving up and calling my mom's. But then again, I recalled what Cole said to me once.
You're not a puppet that someone else will control your strings. Move away from the shadow of your moms.
Finally, I braced myself up for the long journey and started walking on the road. I didn't even have money to buy food, so I offered to work at a restaurant in exchange for a meal. That restaurant owner needed someone who was good in maths and could calculate his monthly profit, so I worked as his accountant for a week. The man was so nice that he not only gave me food, but a room to stay with his wife and kids. When that lady asked me what I would like to eat for dinner, I was so confused. For the first time, someone was asking for my choice, and I had to think and reply. I guess I would like to have some chicken with rice. I realized my mom never let me eat carbs, and stepmom made me a vegan, so this was my opportunity to relish what I really liked. Gradually, I discovered many more things about myself, like I was really good at sports, because every day I played either hockey or football with those kids. I figured that neither writing nor dancing, but sports was my real calling. Eventually, the police found my lost belongings, and I moved from that place as a more confident girl. I kept traveling, and finally, after a month, reached my destination, which was the Everest Base Camp. Little did I know that I was going to meet the biggest surprise of my life there. The moment I entered that camp, the ground under my feet slipped because the boy who welcomed me inside was no one else but my best friend, Cole. This can't be real. I must be dreaming. How can you be here, Cole? I thought you...
That I died or something? No. All these months, I was waiting for you here. My kidnapping was just a fake story that I asked my parents to tell you. I did it because you were so dependent on me. I wanted you to be strong and face the world alone. If I hadn't disappeared, you wouldn't have come here on your own. And see, you did it. I'm so proud of you, Gianna.
And I'm so happy to see you again. Thank you for everything you did. Cole and I hugged each other, and the very next morning, we started our journey towards Mount Everest. We knew that we would be facing many obstacles on our way, but I wasn't scared anymore, because I had already crossed the biggest obstacle in my mind. Download Pocket FM by clicking this button, or click the link in the description, or simply search Pocket FM on the Play Store or App Store.